The first things, okay, perfect. Recording, we got everything. Is it good on your end, Manisha?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the newest things that we do, since we don't have smart boards in classrooms, not every classroom has smart boards, we use this program. It's from the internet. It's called Classroom Screen. And in this classroom screen, it's just like a smart board, but with a computer. That way we don't have smart boards, some of us. And we get to pick everything if we wanted, or we can upload indigenous backgrounds to our thing. There are many options for their backgrounds. You can do polls with your students on here. And everything is accessed. It has widgets. It has max noise. This is good for classrooms, especially for our school classrooms. The noise level, it dings if they're being too loud. And so in our class, we can put up anything, pictures, anything on here. If we are looking at a exam question, we're gonna throw it up on here normally. All these different things are available. We'll put a message in here. For example, like we'll be like Dance o Skayak. Today in social, we are learning about residential schools and the effects that impact communities today. So basically, as teachers, we have to have everything set before the students come in. And so this is the reminder to students what they're going to be doing in a day. We can upload images. They also have this silencing. So if we want the students to be working quietly, you can get rid of everything on here if you wanted to. Like if you don't want it, you can shrink them, you can resize them. It's just a nice tool that we use as teachers, and you can put it if you want people to be whispering to each other, asking your neighbors when you have to do group work. This is going to be, you're allowed to talk in class. You're all allowed to work together in class. We also have traffic lights, this one's more for elementary level. When we want them say, no, you can't come to my desk. I'm busy right now as a teacher, I'm grading. So I use this and I'll put it up, no, it's not a good time. And right now we're slowly transitioning. I could use that for a transition to the next period. And this one right here, this one is like, everything is good. You could come to my desk. I will help you. I'm available to you. And so I could use this for multiple things, not just one thing. Over here, we have activities. We could plan activities here, put in the timetable, like for the students, what they're doing throughout the day. We also have timers. I know a lot of our smart boards, like I said, not all our class have smart boards. So this is a tool to make your computer in your classroom a smart board. And so we use this on there. You could set your timer for the students. The clock, always love the clock. And there's different versions of these tools. You don't just have to use these ones. You can change it, whatever you wanted to change it to. There are many options. And there's so much more. As you can see, they have group makers. If you don't have students who don't want to get in a group because they're too shy, all you do is you come here and you go group maker. And you can add your settings, how many people you want in a group, and you could choose it all, small groups. You put all the students' name in here. And basically, once you put all the students' names in here, it will randomize and make all the groups for you. That way you don't have to do anything. Some kids just don't want to do anything. So it automatically sets the groups for us. As you can see, you can make one group red, one group green. You can change the group. And, this is a great teaching tool for new teachers and anybody, for any facilitators, because sometimes it's hard to get crowds of people to do a group activity when they're not used to it. So you could create groups in here. It'll randomly do it for you. That is one more thing. It has unbelievable amount of things. You could add videos from YouTube. You can make your own videos. If you had a dice, if you're in a math class and you wanted to do probabilities, you have dice here as well. Just everything from webcam, if we needed to do webcam in, we can allow it on the smart board. It's a really awesome tool. We have these kind of timers for kids who are visual, they need timers. And like I said, you could just exit out of everything that you don't need. We put everything on here. I use it for my Cree corner and my morning Cree. I have it every day. I use it every single day, this app. I don't even use the smart board. I just use these because it is amazing. It is quick and easy. But also, it could also do visual timers. You could draw on it. You can embed YouTube videos into it. You can use a QR code for the students. So you can add a QR code in here. You know, those games we play now on the internet, like, you know, I think you've heard of Meter. Oh, what's that Meter one? Honestly, I'm trying to think top of my head real quick. There's more. There's word clouds, you know, like word cloud where you have all the students join a word cloud generator. You can upload that into there. Um, all the students can access the word cloud. You could give them a QR code here and they scan it with their phone and then they just all jump into your quizzes. There's meter maid quizzes. I'll get a list of all of the different kinds of things like meter maid quiz, word clouds. There's lots of things we like to utilize online now because everything is online. And it works great when you're hosting Zooms because when they're in their Zoom sessions, they can all pull up the QR code and be on their phones and take the quizzes on their phones and be adding to your cloud as you're presenting. So it's great for adding everything. Stickers, you know, sometimes it's just, you have some good stickers here for your students. You don't have to use one of those. You can add more and you could make your own stickers too. So this is just one really great tool that we use as teachers, educators, all different types, drawing boards, just simple things. This one's called Classroom Screen. It has lots of options. Now, one big thing that we use, it's Canva. Canva is the #1 tool that we use. This is an example that I made a universal truth and reconciliation last year for September. I had Treaty Day, Bobtail, Learning Survivor. So I inputted all of this into Canva. And then I went down and made hyperlinks for each video that made from YouTube. So each video from YouTube, and I add additional resources. All these were the resources recommended for this day, all different levels of resources for residential schools. But basically this tool is one of the ones we mostly use. And then I'll go back. That's what we use to create everything. I've also used it to make PowerPoints. I know it's pretty, but the #1 thing that I was saying that right now I am developing is videos. So you go here to videos and you could make your own YouTube video. And I've actually had some, but just not on this account, so I can't show them to you. But I have residential school videos that I've made. I pulled everything from the archives on the internet for Ermineskin and Muscogee residential schools. And so basically all of our teaching, we use these canvas. We make our own classroom posters on here and we blow them up big as we can with the MESC resources we have because we have a giant map printer. So we were able to print out giant posters for our classroom. And so we use everything on Canva. There's so many different documents. You could create documents. And because it has templates already here, you don't have to create anything from scratch. We use the whiteboard one in our class. So we'll bring up a blank whiteboard like this. And we'll ask students, all right, well, today in our class, we're gonna talk about your family tree. So we'll bring up a little template here. I'm like, who is your parents? And like, we'll just all sit here and we'll fill everything out together. And so students can also all log in at the same time and add to this. That's what we like about Canva, is because the students already have accounts made for them because they're with their school email, that they can log in at the same time as this, and all of us log in, and they can all go work. I could assign kids to work on different sections. So each level, I can pick one group, you're gonna work on this level, and so they're gonna work their way down, and then another group can work on this level. So I just assign different parts, especially when we do government. I teach social, so I always put things like governments here and what kind of wings are the political parties. So I use a lot of politics in mine, so political parties. And then they would basically see who is liberal and who is democratic, and they'll put all the parties there. But basically, I give them all a branch and they fill it out. And because it's numerous, you can have so many different things. You can keep adding. You don't even have to open up a new one. You could just keep adding to it. And so basically, Canva is the number one thing that they train us to do, especially because they want us to indigenize our stuff. So they do have some, let me see. It's not on this email because this is my school email, but my work email, I have already made many videos. So this is one I made real quick for Mary Munoz when she came in to be a guest speaker for us for our residential week. You know, Mary's been here at MCC, and what she's witnessed. These are the links. These are linked to her videos from news anchors. And then basically we just shared everything from her. We pulled every archive from the history on the internet from her. We found her everywhere. So if you type in Mary Munoz, you will find her everywhere. And so basically we made this video for her when she came to be a guest. I made it in not even 10 minutes. So thankful for this resource. We were able to use this teaching tool. We bring it up on the big screen and we had her speak. But just anything and everything on here, all of our projects, all of the templates, this is where we mostly utilize this tool. I do have other things, but I will make a list for you because there are so many word cloud and like places generators like that. I can't even remember what my quizzes were called. Class quiz, Q code. There's so many different types out there. But basically, these are the ones that we have right now. I do use this for everything. It's like I make all of my posters. Right now, I have to go and design this one for next week. And so basically, I'm gonna just copy this and remake a new one of it. I could import it, copy it, make a copy. So boom, and then we can change it next week. Like I said, we're gonna be having at my school, Nehiawe Win Week. And so I literally, for our community, we post everything on Facebook, Nehiawe Win. We're gonna have our Nehiawe Win Week. And so all the resources we post on media, our admin, everything comes from Canva. So this is our number one site. We're gonna be having our Nehiawe Win Week next week. But other than that, for teaching tools, I can't think of top of my head what else I could think of because it'll all come to me later on. But that is about it for now. I do have a list I wanted to gather because I'm making resources for students as well, a list of all the things that need help them. I have to show you this one. This one, you probably already heard about it. You probably have already heard about ChatGPT. Amazing resource. Honestly, got me through my last of my degree. It's been so amazing for my teaching career because I use this resource every single day. It's even on my phone. AI is the new thing, and you know, everything is AI. And so this is and it saves, if you look on the left here, it saves everything you've ever searched, ever. So you don't ever have to research it, and it saves all the answers for you. So when I first got here, my first thing was I wanted it to I said at the very top, I said, create exploring globalization quiz from the textbook, and it made me a quiz. So I could tell it to do anything it wanted. I could say, create a test. The create on here is not that great, but I heard that they are making little tiny add-ons that will be true to languages, because their Cree on here is not that accurate at all, but it's still a starting place. So I could say create a test on Treaty 6 culture or Treaty 6 territory in Alberta. For example, I said create a test, and then boom, if we go to the bottom, it's starting to make me a test. And I use these tests in school because they're so accurate. And so I know the Google, all of the Google. So what I do is I take this, I go open up my Google form, because we use Google Forms for everything. Everything is online now, we love Google Forms, right? So I would just go insert everything into my Google form. I don't have access because this is not my school email, but ChatGPT, it is the AI of its time. It's amazing. It gives me an essay portion, but I can tell it to do anything. Make me a poem about residential schools. So it will write anything. It could create anything for you. You can say, create a menu that is indigenous to Treaty 6. Like I use it for a lot of stuff, not just anything you could think of in a world. So I use ChatGPT for anything. And there's also for teachers like me, I have essays, students who do essays. So I use Copy AI. And what Copy AI is, it's also just like that. It gives me options. No, and then AI copy, sorry. So in wait, AI checker. Can't remember what it is called, but there's an AI detector. And so basically I use AI. So for example, in here, you can post. I will take the essay. Let me just go find essay real quick. Essay checker. So we have these essay checkers where we'd copy their essay that they wrote and we'd insert it, like check this essay for, oh, sorry, for plagiarism. Yeah, so check this essay for plagiarism, and then we insert essay here. So we just paste it there, and it'll tell us how much of that essay is copied from the internet and how much AI did they use, because we have to use AI now. Now we have to use technology to make sure they're not cheating with the AI. So there's a real lot of things on there to help catch AI cheaters, but this is an amazing tool. So I've used it for so much in my whole career. You can, if you even have, write me an essay. If you have to have an example for your students and you've never had time, so I'd write me an essay about historical globalization and the legacies of residential schools. So if I'm doing residential schools and I wanted to show them, you're going to have to write an essay on residential schools. And I don't have time to show them. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write that essay. So right off the bat, there's the introduction. There is the first body, the second body, and right into the legacies and then the conclusion. And this is so accurate. It's so accurate. So this is what I mean by they could cheat. They would put in, if they knew how to use AI, they could put in my question for my exam, put it in here, and it could blow out a whole essay. So what we do is we take the essay they had written. So we just copy, let me just copy all this. It's a little copy button right here. So we take all this and how much is this, how much AI is used in this essay. So I'm gonna type in essay, and then I'm gonna paste the essay. Paste. Oh, wait. Oh, this one doesn't do command paste. Oh, here we go. There we go. So I'm pasting the essay right here. So I put the essay in there. How much is this? How much of this essay? How much of this essay is using AI? And then I'm gonna, boom, it's gonna go and tell me this contains no AI generated text. It's composed by human input. Now this one is an AI, it's smart, it's telling me that, but if I use an AI checker, it will tell me that 90% was taken from a textbook or 50% was taken from an AI generator like this. And so it's really amazing. This is everything is AI now. And so UofA is developing their own AI. Almost everybody has their own AI. Even our apps on our phones have AI now. And so basically, I use AI to develop everything from quizzes, from essays, from templates. I can say, create me assignment, an assignment. Oh, create me an assignment on nationalism, social studies 10. So I need an assignment done and I didn't have time to prep. This is going to spit out a whole assignment for them to do. Even if you are a teacher and you can't come in and you need an emergency subplan, I could say, create me a subplan for this. And so now it's going to generate a whole subplan for me, what materials I need, how is my lesson plan going to be structured? And then you just copy it, you go put it in one of your Word documents, and you just make any edits to it, but it shows everything. And basically, AI is there to help us and there to build everything for us. I use it for everything. I use it for report card markings. I go in there and correct everything if I don't like something I've written. I always go spell check and grammar this, and like I just basically put in whatever will be. So if I left it like that and I entered it in, it's gonna, whatever will be, it'll give you two options. So you have these two options and you like this one better. Whatever will be, will be. And so it gives you the correct grammar, correct sentences. It's really great spell check. It's a more advanced spell check than a Microsoft spell check. It could fix your sentence, your syntax. If it was off by anything, it'll find it and fix it for you. And then I could say, make many other options. So you don't just have to get one option that spits out you. It'll generate many as you want. You could keep asking it to send you more and more. And so this one is whatever happens will happen, and whatever will be will be. What's meant to be will be. So it could spit out other options. And if it's not, sometimes these things are like very wordy, I can go simplify it, and it will simplify them even more. Or if you wanted more detail, you can add more detail, please. Like this is a person you're talking to, so they understand what you're asking for, so it gives you more detail. And so, yeah, anything and everything you can create. Create a attendance, create a attendance sheet for February. And say I have with 25 students. And so it will automatically create charts for you too. You don't have to like create anything anymore. It automatically generates everything for you. And so it just created me a attendance sheet. And then if you didn't like that, you can say other options. And basically, it would give you other options, like it doesn't just spit you out one option. And so this is one amazing tool that I use for my teaching. Anything and everything, I use ChatGPT. And so it's free. It doesn't cost anything. If you went to one that costs you something, that's not the one. This is everything here, Canva, essay AI checkers, mask. And like I said, I use this and I go to videos and I make YouTube videos here. And then I upload them to my YouTube account. And that's where my videos are. So I'm gonna see if I can find one, for example. I'll see if so this is a video I made and I pulled this from the archives. This is the residential school. And so I made this video in like half an hour. Like it wasn't even long. I took everything and I paid for a song to upload it. Basically pulled all the pictures of Ermineskin Residential School and did a timeline of it. The very first pictures all the way to the second building of the schools, to the next generation, to the history of Willie now, even have Mary in here. But basically, once I done using Canva to make these videos, I go to YouTube and I upload it here. And so I make YouTube videos on Indigenous content. I love to specialize in Indigenous content. And right now I'm actually developing curriculum with that chatgpt. I'm creating an Indigenous textbook for social studies because it's never been done. I'm actually doing that. I'm 4 chapters in so far. And now I'm just inputting and I'm hoping by the end of the year I can develop Indigenous resources and textbooks that, aren't old anymore. Right now, we use 2008 textbooks, really outdated, like really outdated. They don't have nothing in there. And so everything always still says Aboriginal in our textbooks now, not even Indigenous. But yeah, so those are some of the few tools that I did have. And I hope you enjoyed the session real quick. I do have to go back to work now. But other than that,